How about them Cowboys? Hello and welcome to the NFL Preview Tour. We are looking at all 32 teams in the run up to the kickoff of the NFL season on Thursday, September 5th. And today, as you guessed it, we are moving to the NFC East, the final division we're looking at. And that means starting with the Dallas Cowboys. You know what? They had something of a dream season in 2023, right up until the end. The team produced some big numbers with head coach Mike McCarthy at the offensive helm. The defense did their thing. The Cowboys played hard, and they eclipsed the Eagles, who reeled at the end to win the NFC East and land the number 2 seed in the playoffs. They were poised for a great run to the Super Bowl, and then they hit a speed bump. A young Green Bay Packers team came to Dallas and laid the wood to the Cowboys, knocking them out of the playoffs without so much as a win. Can that change in 2024? Well, McCarthy is breaking in a new defensive coordinator this year. Mike Zimmer takes over after Dan Quinn signed with the Washington Commanders, but they are bringing back some familiar faces. They lost Tony Pollard. He went to Tennessee. Michael Gallup signed with the Raiders and then retired. Lyle Collins, Tyler Badass, and Tyron Smith all left, leaving 3 holes on the offensive line. They also saw Dante Fowler Jr. head to the Commanders and Jonathan Hankins head to Seattle, but they were a little quiet. They didn't have a lot of money or a lot of cap space. They brought in Eric Kendricks and Carl Lawson on defense, but the biggest signing was they brought back Ezekiel Elliott. He was the Cowboys' stalwart in the backfield for a long time, was gone last year, went to New England. He led the rushing attack there with 642 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also caught 51 passes and a couple more passing touchdowns. His return was probably a bright spot for the Cowboys offseason, which tells you all you need to know about the Cowboys offseason so far. In the draft, they built up areas of need. They grabbed offensive tackle Tyler Guyton and guard Cooper Beebe for the offensive line. On defense, they added Marshawn Nealon to boost the pass rush and Maurice Luafau at linebacker. So what does that mean for fantasy? Well, it has been a dim offseason for the Cowboys as both Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb are in need of new long-term contracts. Neither has gotten them so far, and that has been most of the offseason talk dominating the Cowboys. You know, we'll see how it goes. Prescott is in camp, seems locked in and poised to be the starter again. He was a QB1 in 2023. I think he can be a QB1 again in 2024. In the backfield, it's probably Elliott and Rico Dowdle. I like Elliott to be the lead back, probably in the RB3 range. This isn't the Zeke of old, but he's still got some firepower in him. Dowdle probably more in RB4-5 range. Lamb has yet to report, and that is starting to make me a little nervous, but I suspect he's going to play this season. He was wide receiver 1 in 2023, and I think he wants to show what he can do. He could repeat that feat. Either way, I think he's a wide receiver 1. The only other wide receiver of note in Dallas is Brandon Cooks. I like him in the WR3-4 range. At tight end, Jake Ferguson put up tight end 1 numbers in 2023. I think he can do that again in 2024. Well, the Cowboys won the NFC East last year. I don't think they'll get that high this year. This team has a few more holes. This might be the weakest Cowboys team of the Mike McCarthy era, which isn't good because they have a lot of pressure to go further this year, and I'm not sure they can. I still think they can get between 9 and 11 wins. I think that's good enough to probably be a wild card playoff team, but I don't see Dallas making a long playoff run, which could mean